Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So we are going to be looking at the top tips for great logo design. So make sure your logo delivers the right message and looks amazing with these quick guides. All right. Now, the first one we are going to be looking at is what you should keep it simple. So these are the characteristics of a good logo. Keep it simple, distinctive, and what memorable. Now, sometimes people create logos and make it so complicated in such a way that if someone sits and says, "I want to maybe try to design that logo again," it becomes very difficult. So you should create a logo which, when someone sees it for the first time, that person should be able to easily sketch that logo wherever he is. For example, if you want to send a child to go to a particular shop, all right, mom, I want to send you to the shop to go and get this thing for me. All right. Now, if you think that it will be difficult for that child to get to that shop, you can easily sketch the logo. If you're sending a child to an Apple shop, it's very easy. You are just going to sketch an apple, all right, and it's very easy. You sketch the logo of Apple, and you send the child with it, and it will be very easy to locate the shop. Same with Nike, all right. And same with other businesses like Gucci and things like that. So it's easy to get carried away with designs using all manner of gradients, shadows, glows, and complexity. That's very true. So those things, when you design and you put all those fancy things, they don't really matter. But however, this is usually counterproductive. All right. So the best logos are simple and easily produced. So think of some of the major brands out there. Almost all of them keep their logos as simple as possible. So these are things you need to try as much as possible to understand. The next characteristics is what? Choose your colors with great care. This is very important, because sometimes someone will create a logo and decides to put more than 3 or 4 colors on that logo. Please, when you do that, then you are not a good designer. You are not creative when it comes to logo design. Your logo should carry just about 1 or 2 colors. All right. Maximum should be 3 colors. Maximum 3. So your logo must tie in with your brand. So always think of this when choosing a logo color scheme. All right. So be aware that your logo should either complement or be the same as a brand color. All right. So you should think carefully when you are doing that. So a white logo might look great against a header image on your website, but how will it look on stationery? So we are simply saying that you should create a logo which can fit on any environment. That's the reason why you should try as much as possible to avoid multiple colors. Try to put colors in such a way that you can actually change these colors when the time comes. For example, we have Facebook. If you look at the logo of Facebook can switch its logo and in any environment. For example, we know that the logo is normally blue with the white F in the middle. But if it finds itself in an environment where we have blue background, what happens? You simply switch the inner color to white and the F to blue. That's flexibility. You're making your logo very flexible. But if you have to make multicolor, different colors, and you see that it will be very difficult for you to actually switch those colors when you are in a particular environment. So those are things you try as much as possible to avoid. The next is take a look at the competition. So most people look at their competitors and try to mimic their logos in some way. While looking at your competition for tips, also look and see where they are failing. So this is very important. When you're designing a logo, it's not only about looking at a particular logo and maybe trying to reproduce what that person has done. No, you are trying to do what? Look at where that person failed and try to reproduce something which is far more better than that. But yours should be unique, which means that if you put the two logos together, you will not actually know that one has been copied from another. All right, but that uniqueness is what makes you different from the other person. So potentially your logo can hit areas they may have missed. So once you design those logos and they are preferable, they are better, it means you've actually accomplished a task which your competitor did not accomplish. All right, so is your message getting through? When you've designed a logo, are you sure people are able to receive that message? This is what I always do when I design a logo. Sometimes I always share it with some of my students or colleagues, and I ask them, looking at this logo with no name, can you tell me what this logo represents? It's very, very important. Once you do that, someone looks at the logo and say, wow, this logo is good. This logo, you used a green color, maybe natural. Then looking at the name, if it's a logo that has to deal with just text only, just looking at the name, you'll be able to identify, but the color should tell you that we are dealing with something natural and things like that. All right. So when you design a logo, someone should be able to look at that logo and know what it actually represents. So a well-designed logo should communicate what your business does. All right. So stay true to your business heart. Never ever stray from the field of your business. All right. When designing logos, many people end up using a design that does not reflect the heart of their business. So this is very, very important. Make sure you stick. Don't go and because you've seen a logo which is from another brand, you love it very well, and you try to bring it to your own brand, which is not good. All right, stick to your brand. Stick to what your business is all about. Your logo speaks volume about your business. All right, make sure it isn't saying the wrong things. These are things which are very, very important. Don't be afraid of getting some help. Now, when you're designing your logo, you can always ask for help. I have students who always come to me and say, I have this client who is designing, who wants me to design this logo, and this is what I've tried to come up with. So can you help me? All right. And always sketch your logo before you start the design. You sketch your logo and try to get some help, and then from there you can now move forward. So unless you have experience in designing, then go and ask for help. This doesn't have to cost you. All right. Even if it's just on forums or through articles, it's best to get at least a little input. Your best bet for a great logo is to hire a designer. Freelance designers are adorable and produce. So we are simply saying that for you as a designer, you should try to get help from your colleagues. All right, get help from your colleagues, and they are going to give you a great deal. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the characteristics of logo design. So now we are getting into the types of logos. All right, we are getting to the types of logos.